Hello guys, how are you all? I'm pretty sure all of you must be so amazing. So let's start our session today. Thanks a lot for your huge love and support. And which आज हम लोग देखेंगे breathing and exchange of gases. We would do it in part one or part two. Right, so let's start this session now. And thanks a lot for your huge love and support, and really means a lot to me. I just need your love, and we would do a lot of the things in this channel, right? So, bacha, yes, let me just talk about breathing. What is breathing? So, we know breathing means normal inhale and exhale. So, what is inhale? Inhale means to take up oxygen rich air, or exhale means to release out CO2 rich air. Simple, right? And different organ living in different habitats, so they have different respiratory organs. So when we see mode of gaseous exchange, their respiratory organ and examples, so these are some examples. Sponges, Coelenterata, flatworm, they respire through diffusion through body surface. So obviously they exchange gases through diffusion, and obviously it happens through body surface. So bacha, yes, their mode of respiration is simple diffusion because they have very simple body, right? So yeah, you have to remember this. When we talk about earthworm, they have the skin, they have this cuticle, moist cuticle. Amphibians have the moist skin, so with the help of their skin, they respire. And when the respiration are through skin, obviously that is known as cutaneous respiration, right? Arthropoda have the tracheal system and they have spiracles, respiratory organ spiracles means lateral side of the body, they have openings, which is known as spiracles. So spiracles are opening, and obviously via this opening air enter through the tracheal system, through the branches to each and every body parts. So yes, they have tracheal system, right? When we talk about respiration via gills, aquatic arthropoda, aquatic mollusca and fishes respire through gills, so this is known as branchial respiration, right? Next, if we talk about pulmonary respiration, involve lungs for the exchange of gases. All the terrestrial vertebrates including human have the lungs for respiration, right? So bacha, I have talked about the aquatic mollusca. They are having this gills for the respiration, right? Ctenidia, leaf-like gills for the respiration. You can say that. But when we talk about land mollusca, so bacha, land mollusca, basically those mollusca that is living on land have the pulmonary sac for respiration. Yes, so they have pulmonary sac for respiration. When we talk about arthropoda, so I have told you that many of arthropoda have the tracheal system for respiration. But when we talk about crustacea, वो prawns वाला जो group होता है, right? So they respire through general body surface, or yes, some of the member of this group have this general body surface via diffusion, right? Or some of them have gills also. So this is the crustacea group of arthropoda having this structure. When we talk about insecta, chilopoda, diplopoda, means most of the land arthropoda have this tracheal system that I have told you. एंड यू नो अराकिनीडा वाला जो वो स्कॉर्पियन वाला ग्रुप होता है, अराकिनीडा ग्रुप बोलते हैं उसको, राइट? अराकिनीडा ग्रुप, दैट वो स्कॉर्पियन वाला ग्रुप, राइट? तो दे आर हैविंग द बुक लंग्स फॉर रेस्पिरेशन, एंड सम ऑफ देम हैव ट्रैकियल सिस्टम, राइट? बट रेयर में होता है वो, रेयर हैव ट्रैकियल सिस्टम और बोथ, राइट? ट्रैकियल सिस्टम और बोथ. So this is something which you have to remember about arthropoda. And when we talk about land arthropoda, they have tracheal system. Most of them have the tracheal system, right? So these all are the respiratory organs and modes of gaseous exchange occur in different animals according to their habitat. So when we talk about respiratory system in human respiratory system, we are having two parts in human respiratory system. One is the respiratory organs, that is lungs. So yes, respiratory organs are lungs in case of human. So we are having pulmonary respiration. Pulmonary means, pulmon means lungs, right? And plus they have whole passage that is known as respiratory tracts. So bacha, yes, they have whole passage for respiration. As you can see, we have hole in our nose known as external nostril, right? Through those nostril, air would enter in our nasal passage. Nasal passage is this opening, right? This passage is known as nasal passage. From there, it would enter into the pharynx region. From the pharynx, it would enter this opening which is known as glottis. So glottis is the opening of the larynx. It would enter the larynx. Through the larynx, it would go to trachea. Trachea further have primary bronchi. This primary bronchi have secondary bronchi, secondary have tertiary bronchi, and which further have this terminate bronchioles, right? So various bronchioles, small branches, and which finally open into alveoli, right? So this whole passage that I have told you from external nostril to the alveoli is basically respiratory tract. So what is the respiratory tract? So you can say that this is the passage. What is it? It is the passage through which air would move from outer environment to our alveoli for exchange of gases. Right? So let's discuss all the things in a detailed way. And as you can see the diagram, that primary bronchioles enter the lungs, one entering left and another entering right lungs. So let's discuss it in a detailed way about the respiratory tract first, right? So bacha, let me tell you passage, which is again important. So when we talk about respiratory passage, so as I have told you that first we are having the external nares, right? So first we are having external nares through which air would enter our nasal passage. Nares means opening, right? It would open where? It would open nasal cavity. So what is the nasal cavity? You know, this is our opening. This is the nasal septum and these are our nasal passage. So here air would enter, right? So from the nasal cavity, and you know nasal cavity basically lined by, and they ask this question in exam, pseudo stratified. It is lined by pseudo stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. So this is something which you have to remember. Plus, nasal cavity have goblet cell to release mucus. So it has goblet cells to release mucus, and obviously here to trap germ particle. So bacha, obviously it secrete mucus, and along with the hair, mucus trap germ particle and prevent this dust particle, germ particle reach our lungs, right? So what is the purpose of these two structure? To trap germ particles and dust particles. To trap germ and dust particle. This is something which you have to remember, right? After the nasal cavity, obviously it would open into internal layers. Internal layers means inside also there are opening, right? So that is known as internal layers or internal nostrils, which open into fourth part, that is the nasopharynx area. So what is the nasopharynx area? So bacha, this is the nose, this is mouth, right? This is mouth, this is nose. So nose would open into nasal cavity, then obviously it would open into internal layers. So pharynx have three regions. One is the nasopharynx, where the nasal internal layers would open. Then obviously another one is the oropharynx, where mouth, food, it is the passage for food and obviously air also coming. So this is the oropharynx, where mouth would open. And then we are having the last part, laryngopharynx, which would convert. So pharynx have three regions, right? And third one is the laryngopharynx. So laryngopharynx is the region which would separate air and food. So this is the glottis region of the air passage, जहां पर air जाना है, and glottis would be covered by the cartilaginous structure known as the epiglottis. So this is the epiglottis. Epi means cover of, the glottis means opening. And glottis is the opening of larynx, obviously. Right? Opening of larynx, or you can say that respiratory passage ka opening hai. This is the esophagus. And obviously this is the gullet esophagus opening, which is for the food. Right? So yes, you can say that nasopharynx is the area which is for the air passage. Nose would open internally here and air would enter in the nasopharynx. From the nasopharynx, air would go to oropharynx where food also coming, and at the laryngopharynx, at the anterior side, laryngopharynx open for the air, and at the posterior side it is open for the food. And we know while we are eating food, epiglottis close the glottis to prevent the food enter here. That is the part of digestion. So here I'm just talking about the air passage. So after the nasopharynx, obviously air would go to oropharynx and then laryngopharynx. So I'm just writing laryngopharynx directly. After laryngopharynx, via glottis, glottis is the opening of larynx, right? It would open into sixth part, that is the larynx part. And larynx also known as voice box, right? Larynx also known as voice box, that you have to remember. So this is the voice box, right? That would produce sound. Then obviously after the larynx, it would open the trachea, that is the windpipe. So yes, it is opening in trachea or windpipe. Then trachea further divided into two branches, one enter right, another enter left lung, which is known as primary bronchi, right? So yes, you can say that this is our vertebrae at the level of fifth thoracic vertebrae. तो जहां पर हमारी thoracic fifth vertebrae present है, उसी के level पर trachea would be divided, right? So you can say it would be divided at fifth thoracic level, and they have asked this question in NEET, right? तो कहां पर फिफ्थ वर्टिब्रे के लेवल पर ये डिवाइड कर जाएगी इन द प्राइमरी ब्रोंकाई. सो एक ब्रोंकस जाएगा ऑब्वियसली इन द राइट लंग, अनदर वुड गो टू द लेफ्ट लंग. Then they would further divide into secondary bronchi. Ninth is secondary bronchi, which further divide into tertiary bronchi, right? And tertiary bronchi would basically open into the terminal bronchioles. So obviously this is the trachea, primary bronchi, secondary bronchi. They are having further branches, tertiary further divided into terminal further divide into the respiratory bronchioles, and finally they would open into the respiratory alveolar sac, alveolar this atria or alveolar duct, and which would finally open into small alveoli, right? So we would see another one is the terminal bronchioles. Terminal bronchioles open into respiratory bronchioles. So see, this is the whole passage, respiratory bronchioles. And the last, then it would open into alveolar duct, which would open into alveoli, right? Alveolar duct. फिर alveolar duct कहाँ खुलेगा? Obviously it would open into alveolar sac. So what is the alveolar sac? These are alveolar sac. ऐसे बड़े these are alveolar sac. And alveolar sac have small balloon-like or grape-like structure known as alveoli. So obviously 15th structure is the alveoli, which is the actual site of gaseous exchange, also known as miniature lung, right? Site of gaseous exchange. तो gas exchange यहीं पर होगा. And this is also known as miniature lung, because actual gaseous exchange happen in the alveoli, right? But remember one thing, from trachea to tertiary bronchi, these are basically covered by, or C-shaped hyaline cartilage basically covered them, right? So this way it is providing support to the trachea, primary bronchi, secondary, tertiary. तो ये चार tubes जो हैं, these are basically supported by C-shaped cartilage, right? So obviously they are supported by, covered by, or supported by C-shaped hyaline cartilage. C-shaped hyaline cartilage, and they have asked this question in exam. And why they are supporting it? Obviously to prevent collapse of these tube during inspiration, right? To prevent collapsing of these tube during respiration or during inspiration. So that is the purpose here that you have to remember. Right, so these are the structures, and which are one of the best thing you have to remember, that from the first, that is from the external layers to the terminal bronchiole, तो मतलब 1 से लेकर 11 तक जो part है, from 1 to 11, 1 means from external layers, right? 1 is external layers to terminal bronchiole. So from external layers to which part? To obviously this 11th part, to 11th part, that is the terminal bronchiole. This part is known as, these tubes are known as conducting part. So these are known as, all these tubes are known as, all these parts are known as conducting part. So why they are called conducting part? Because they help in conducting air from nostril to the terminal bronchioles, right? So यहाँ पर क्या होगा? In conducting part, what would happen? So first, conducting part help from, this is starting from external layers to the terminal bronchioles. It would humidify air, because हमें पता है in our nose, nasal passage have mucus, and also it secrete moisture. So it would humidify air, because dry air can dry our alveoli. So we need to humidify it. तो जो भी एयर हम इनहेल कर रहे हैं, एयर दैट वी आर इनहेलिंग शुड बी मॉइस्ट, so that it won't dried up our surface of the alveoli, or it won't dried up the exchange surface, right? That is the alveoli. So it would humidify air. Second, it would clean air. So obviously conducting part, cleaning air that we inhale should not have any dust particle reaching our lungs. And you know what? It would bring the temperature down, or it would bring the temperature of air to body temperature. So means if you are in the cold area, suppose you are in the Ladakh, right? So there you are inhaling very cold air. So bacha, that can damage your alveoli. So that air need to be that air temperature need to bring to our body temperature. So how our nose would do that? So bacha, all the blood supply of our nasal cavity would basically take up a coldness of that air, and obviously give heat to the air, so that temperature of the air would be coming to the normal body temperature. Suppose you are in desert, तो उस केस में क्या होगा? All the hotness of the air would be absorbed by the blood supply that is present in our internal nasal passage. So this is how it is basically helping us. And you know what? From 12 to 15 part, means this whole part after 12 to 15, this whole part is the part of respiratory part, right? So one is the conducting part. One part of the respiratory passage is conducting part, and second part I have told you is respiratory part. तो बच्चा यहाँ पर actually respiratory, or we can say exchange of gases would happen. It involve an exchange of gases. So this is the exchange part. So it is starting from respiratory bronchioles to alveoli. So you can say that it is from respiratory bronchioles to alveoli, right? So this is something which you have to remember. Again, very important point. And why we called it exchange part? Because it actually involve in exchange of gases. So all the tubes before it help in conduction, whereas these tubes help in exchange of gases. That's all you have to remember, right? So bacha, let's talk about the larynx, right? So larynx in a separate way. So larynx are basically sound box. And you know what larynx is? Sound box. Or if we see the different part of larynx, so actually larynx is a kind of box, right? It's a kind of box. So take example of box, and it is basically, you can say it's like a box, right? So अब ये box है, तो it must be having the roof, it must be having base, it must be having lateral walls, front wall, back wall, because it's like a box, right? So those walls are made up of cartilage, 9 pieces of cartilage, which you don't have to remember. But yes, 1 or 2 piece of cartilage, I would tell you, that is important for exam, right? So obviously I can tell you all the pieces. Some are paired pieces of cartilage, some are unpaired, and total 9 pieces of cartilage forming larynx. But we don't have to remember all pieces of cartilage. So let's not complicate it, right? So when we talk about larynx or sound box, it basically connect laryngopharynx, as we have seen, right? So I'm not writing it, but yes, as we have seen the diagram, it is connecting laryngopharynx with the trachea, with the windpipe, right? And it is known as sound box or voice box because it helps in speaking. It is having vocal cord also, right? So you can say that vocal cord present in the box, in the larynx, right? So vocal cord present inside larynx. So these chord is like guitar chord, right? So have you played guitar? So it's like a guitar chord. So the thicker chord would basically produce very thick sound, and the thin chord produce very thin sound, very thin sound, you can say, right? Or low pitch sound, high pitch sound. So that same way our vocal cord work like that, right? So it's present inside larynx for sound production, right? So this is for sound production. And how it produces sound? So bacha, yes, when we expire air, it basically put pressure on the vocal cord, right? And obviously vocal cord would basically produce a particular sound. And the language that we know, our lung, our mouth, our mandible would, our tongue would basically convert that sound into a language, right? So यहाँ पर इस तरीके से vocal cord sound production करता है, ठीक है? सो मैंने कहा दिस लैरिंग्स इज अ काइंड ऑफ बॉक्स, राइट? 3D बॉक्स ले लो पूरा. सो इट इज मेड अप ऑफ 9 पीस ऑफ कार्टिलेज. सो यू कैन से दैट लैरिंग्स मेड अप ऑफ 9 pieces of cartilage. 9 pieces of cartilage. So we don't have to learn all the pieces of cartilage, but let me write it down. So you don't have to remember all the things, but yes, what you have to learn, that I would tell you, right? So paired, some are paired and some are unpaired, right? So उसमें से 3 paired है and 3 unpaired है. So 3 pieces unpaired, 3 pieces are paired. So paired में कौन कौन से हैं? Obviously they are having this arytenoid which form the dorsal wall of the larynx. तो larynx का जैसे suppose we are having this box, and box का जो back side है, back wall is made up of arytenoid. So it form the back side wall, back side of larynx formed by it, right? Rest you don't have to remember all the things about it. Another piece is the corniculate. तो बच्चा corniculate form the roof, छत बना रहा है, forming roof of the box, right? So it form roof of box. And another piece of the cartilage is cuneiform, and cuneiform basically present on the top of this particular what we call this corniculate के ऊपर, जैसे यहाँ पर एक छत है, right? So this is the roof, and suppose करो ऐसे present है ना, just छत के ऊपर ऐसे design बना दिया. So it's like that, right? So it present anterior to the, or you can say it's present above the corniculate, right? So above corniculate, present above corniculate. So these are basically paired and not required. But yes, unpaired means you have to remember 2 things. Epiglottis is unpaired, it's single, and what is the purpose of it? We know, right? So epiglottis basically cover opening of larynx. Cover glottis. Glottis is opening while we are eating, right? While we are swallowing something, right? So you can say during swallowing. So when we are eating something, हमारा ये ढक्कन बंद हो जाने वाला है. You must experience it, right? So our trachea move upward, and obviously it would be basically closed. Glottis would be closed by epiglottis and single, right? Made up of elastic cartilage. So yes, they ask this question also. So here they ask question, neat question for neat formed from here. Second piece of the cartilage is thyroid cartilage, and यहाँ से question पूछेगा, which is again unpaired, and this is among all this is the largest piece, right? So you can say that this is the largest piece of cartilage that is forming our larynx, right? Made up of the hyaline cartilage. So यहाँ से question पूछता है, made up of hyaline cartilage, right? Hyaline cartilage. And one more thing about thyroid cartilage, that when we talk about thyroid cartilage, so बच्चा thyroid cartilage होता है largest one, right? Largest. And in case of male, if we talk about the male, about thyroid cartilage, due to testosterone after puberty, due to testosterone, यहाँ पर it becomes so thick, right? So after puberty, what happened? This becomes so thick and obviously called Adam's apple. So यही Adam's apple बनाता है. NEET का question है. So they have asked this question in NEET itself, right? So obviously it thicken after puberty. After puberty, what would happen? Androgen, that is the testosterone. Main androgen is testosterone, right? So androgen means male sex hormones, and one of the main sex hormone is the testosterone. So under the influence of testosterone, what it do? So testosterone ka function we would see. So bacha, it would basically thick vocal cord. It help in thickening of the vocal cord. And obviously thyroid become large or more developed, and thyroid cartilage and form more developed cartilage. Which cartilage? Thyroid cartilage, called Adam's apple. So Adam's apple formed in male because of the increase of thickness of thyroid cartilage is basically example of it, right? And female and children have very thin vocal cord and thyroid cartilage, so they don't have Adam's apple, right? Female and children have thin vocal cord and thyroid cartilage. So that's why they are having thyroid cartilage. So that's why they are having high pitch sound, you know. So female and children have high pitch sound क्योंकि उनकी vocal cord एकदम पतली है. So thin would be the vocal cord, means they would be having high pitch sound. So when we expire, have you ever experienced that while we talk, we basically expiring, right? So when we expire, vocal cord में vibration होगा, vibration in vocal cord would happen, and obviously it produce sound. Whereas male have low pitch sound, right? So male have low pitch sound because they have very thick vocal cord, they have Adam's apple, right? And third piece of the unpaired cartilage is basically cricoid, which we don't have to remember, right? So बस इतना याद रखना, cricoid one, which is the third unpaired cartilage. So 1, 2, 3, and they don't ask question from cricoid. So you don't have to remember. When we talk about thyroid cartilage, so it form the lateral walls of the room. तो मतलब यहाँ पर ये box के lateral wall बना रहा है. This is the lateral wall, right? So thyroid cartilage basically form the lateral and the ventral part, right? So यहाँ पर lateral plus ventral part are formed by the thyroid cartilage. It's like this. So they are forming this part of the box, right? तो ये चीज आपको याद रखना है. And if we talk about cricoid, it form the base of larynx. So it form base of larynx. सो आई एम प्रिटी श्योर एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर. तो पूरा बॉक्स हमने बना दिया विद द हेल्प ऑफ दीज 9 pieces of cartilage. Out of that, thyroid cartilage is important and epiglottis is important, right? तो चलिए बच्चा, लेट मी टेक यू अहेड. So when we talk about this trachea, so let's discuss about the trachea or the windpipe. तो इसके बारे में ऑलमोस्ट हम लोग डिस्कस कर ही चुके हैं. So bacha, it is basically lined by pseudostratified. Again, it is important, right? So it is lined by pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Ciliated columnar epithelium. So this is something which you have to remember, right? And obviously we know that about this bronchi, bronchioles, which would help to take the air in the alveolar sac. The alveolar sac होते हैं ये बड़े बड़े, and they are made up of small grape-like structure known as alveoli, right? So now let's discuss about, and obviously यहाँ पर these alveoli basically help in exchange of gases, and each lungs have many branches of network, right? Branching this trachea, have this bronchioles, have this terminal bronchiole, have this respiratory bronchiole. So lungs have many branches of network. The lungs, each lung have network branch of bronchi. They are having bronchioles that we have seen, bronchioles, and they are having alveoli. And each lung have 300 million alveoli are present. So this is something which you have to remember. And obviously in alveoli, main exchange of gases happen. So before discussing exchange of gases, let me just talk about the lungs, right? So when we talk about lungs, or lungs also known as pulmons, which is basically help in the respiration. These are the respiratory organ. So bacha, it's elastic fiber. It's made up of elastic fibers. This is something which you have to remember. And it is present in our chest cavity or thoracic cavity, right? Airtight chamber में present होता है. So present in airtight chamber. So airtight chamber में ये present है. And that chamber is known as thoracic cavity or thoracic chamber, thoracic cavity, or chest cavity, right? So this is called thoracic or chest cavity. Now when we talk about lungs, तो हमारे पास, और ये जो tight chamber, thoracic cavity, chest cavity, ये पूरा cage कौन बनाता है? तो obviously it is formed dorsally by vertebral column, our thoracic vertebral column, ventrally by thigh bone, sternum, and laterally by ribs. तो पूरा का पूरा नीचे से ऐसे diaphragm होता है, right? So who make this airtight chamber? तो you can say it is formed by, and they have asked this question also, dorsally कौन होगा? Dorsally we have vertebral column, right? So dorsally vertebral column, thoracic vertebral column होता है. Ventrally it is formed by, ventrally कौन बनाएगा इसको? Sternum. So ventrally it is formed by sternum, and yes, laterally by ribs, laterally by ribs, और नीचे से इसको कवर कर देगा diaphragm. So नीचे से इसके कौन होता है? Diaphragm. So suppose these are two lungs and नीचे से ऐसे diaphragm होगा, right? So diaphragm also covered it, right? From the dorsal side. So यहाँ पर diaphragm, dorsally from this below the lungs, this diaphragm is present, right? So when we talk about diaphragm, obviously it is basically closed by diaphragm below, right? So you can say that closed by diaphragm, closed below by diaphragm. So it is closed below by diaphragm. So let's discuss about the diaphragm, because they have asked question on diaphragm, right? So bacha, you can say that this is the dome shaped structure, means this shaped structure, right? So it is dome shaped muscular structure which help in respiration, muscular structure, and it is so important for respiration. If it get damaged, तो हमारे we won't be able to respire, right? So obviously separate, another function, it separate thoracic cavity. Bacha, when we talk about neck, this is our neck, this is our waist, and from neck to the diaphragm, This is the thoracic region, and from diaphragm to the waist region, it is abdomen cavity. So thoracic and the abdominal cavity separated by diaphragm. So above the diaphragm till the neck is the thoracic part, from the diaphragm to the waist, हमारी कमर तक, it's the abdominal part, right? So it separate thoracic and abdominal cavity, one of the very important point, right? Abdominal cavity. And yes, it help in respiration, as I have told you. And one of the very important point कि बच्चा, it is the characteristic feature of mammals only. Crocodile have diaphragm like structure, but it is not diaphragm. So sometime in a book, in a text, you would see that what other organism have diaphragm, but no other group have diaphragm. It's a diaphragm like structure, right? But not exact diaphragm, because it is only present in mammals. And crocodile makes a diaphragm like structure. So very important point, it is the characteristic feature of mammals only. One of the very important point, right? Mammals only. So these are important point of diaphragm. And when we talk about the lungs, so bacha, lungs are covered by membrane. So this is the lungs. These are covered by the membrane, right? So suppose this is our lung. This is its inner layer known as visceral. So which are inner layer of the lung that is covering, attached to the lung closely, that is known as the visceral layer or pleural membrane, right? So it's covering, known as pleural membrane. So it's a visceral pleural membrane. And outer membrane is known as parietal. So yahan par obviously it is having double, covered by double membrane, right? So inner layer of the lungs, which is closely attached with the lungs, and parietal layer is outer layer of the lungs, a parietal pleura, and obviously this pleural membrane cover the whole lung. So we are having two pleural layer, two pleural membrane, right? Which is enclosing space also, that is known as pleural cavity. That's all. And this pleural cavity obviously filled with fluid that would absorb this what we call shock, right? So obviously pleural membrane secrete fluid here, and it is filled with that particular pleural fluid, right? So it is filled by pleural fluid. And what is the purpose of pleural fluid? So bacha, which is so important, the first function is, if we talk about pleural fluid, first it is secreted by pleural membrane, right? So visceral and parietal, two pleural membrane is there, right? So it is secreted by pleural membrane. What is the purpose? What is the function? Obviously, as you have seen washing machine, it has the outer tub and inner tub where you keep your clothes for washing, right? So obviously between two tub there is the fluid, gel like fluid filled. Why? Because when inner tub is doing mechanical work, it won't basically collide with the outer tub, and it won't do this injury to the internal tub, or any injury won't happen, any injury won't happen to the washing machine or this tub. So the same way, we are having two layers, we are inspiring or expiring, so friction can happen between the two layers. So it would reduce the friction or lubricate pleural membrane, right? So it help in lubrication, act as the shock absorber, or reduce friction. So that is basically the purpose of it. So reduce friction during breathing, right? Reduce friction during breathing. So this is something which you have to remember. We are having two lungs. So when we see the lungs, obviously it's a pinkish in color when we born. But when we are inhaling pollution, suppose you are living in Delhi, here pollution is so high, you are inhaling that polluted air, your lungs are filled with that smoke, become gradually blackish grayish in color. So they are not pinkish now, right? So you can say that if we see the internal, now let's start about the internal structure of lungs, right? So when we talk about internal structure of lungs, so one is the right lung and another one is left lung. So when we talk about left lung, so obviously it is having a notch, depression hai, which is known as the cardiac notch, because left side of our heart is left side wall of our heart is so thick, so that it would be taking much space on the left side itself. So यहाँ पर ये cardiac notch है, right? So cardiac notch basically present in the left lung to accommodate our heart. ठीक है? So how would you recognize left and right heart? This way. And plus this right lung have the one fissure or one separation that is divided lung into two lobes. When we talk about the right lung, it is having the two fissure and which divide lung into two portion, right? So that we would see in a detailed way. So this is the lungs. So let's discuss it, right? So just see, when we talk about left lung, so obviously it has cardiac notch, one very important point. And what is the purpose of cardiac notch? Obviously it would occupy our heart, right? Occupy heart, accommodate heart, that is the purpose. Left lung divided or divide by an oblique fissure. So this is known as oblique fissure. So this oblique fissure divide our lungs into two part, right? One is the superior lobe and another one is inferior lobe. So I am writing it here only, right? So superior lobe and inferior lobe. When we talk about right lung, so right lung basically have two fissure. One is the horizontal fissure that divide, and obviously another one is the oblique fissure. Fissure means separating, right? Fissure means obviously a kind of separation. So it is converting our lungs into three lobes: superior lobe, another one is the median lobe, and third one is the inferior lobe. So it is having three lobes, whereas this is having only two lobes, right? So this is something which you have to remember. Now we would start with the alveoli part, right? In the next step, we would see the step of the respiration involved. Steps involved in the respiration in the next part itself, right? So bacha, I hope you like this video, and please let me know if you want the next part of it or not, right? So see you all in the next class. Have a great day. So let me know if you like this video here in the comment box. Bye bye. Have a great day.